Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is a recorded session for an AMA session between our CryptoTrini group and Sandwich.Network. So we are very excited and delighted to have Sandwich.Network here with us in this AMA session. And this AMA session will be recorded and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel and social media after. So for people who miss the AMA, they'll always be able to join in and view the AMA session. So okay, so the Sandwich team is here. You guys.
So we can probably start with like giving a short introduction about the Sandwich network. I could do it, but I think it will be probably better if you guys give a brief introduction about your project, and then I can tell you why this actually piqued my interest afterwards. Because I'm very bullish on this project, and I think it solves like a couple of problems that exist in the market today. With Pink Sale and the other like inferior launch pads and the way they handle themselves. So yeah, I'm going to leave the word to one of the Sandwich guys who have been in the chat and yeah, to give a short introduction about the project. So feel free to take the word.
Okay, thank you very much. So my name is CA. I'm the CEO of Sandwich.Network.
I think he is muted.
Oh, he's muted? Okay. Let's see if we can... No, I think he can... No, he's not muted. He can speak.
Yeah, now I can speak again. I was muted for a while, but yeah. So I'm here with RV, the COO of Sandwich.Network.
Hi guys.
And I think RV can do the best introduction.
All right, I think we're having some technical issues because I'm allowing him to speak, but for some reason it like bounced back to like.
Sometimes it's going on mute. And then we need to ask for permission to talk. So I think that's the problem.
Okay, so I'll keep an eye out for that, and you just continue speaking. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we can do a quick introduction. Yeah, so what CA was saying, we are two of the three founders of Sandwich.Network. And what Sandwich.Network is, in essence, it's an ecosystem, decentralized launching and investing ecosystem, for any user that wants to start the journey into the blockchain space. The main problem that we saw was mainly, like you were saying, was that per application we've seen a lot of points that could be improved upon. So slow loading times at DXL, a lot of unfinished sales that couldn't retrieve their tokens. We had what we also solved is that we have database fetching. So that means that when you are in a Web 2 environment, so you don't have your Web3 wallet, you can just go to the application, Sandwich launch, you can go to the application and you will see the latest fetched data from one of the users that was connected with the Web3, so kind of like a cache functionality. But it will also hugely improve our speeds, and it improves the user experience, because you don't have to be connected to see any useful data you may want to access. Those are all kind of like improvements per application. But the main thing for us is that we really much believe in the network effect and in the inconvenience. So what the problem was, what I was saying, is that it is a very fragmented market. So you have your low cap launch. Maybe you can go. You have your you had the pitch deck on screen. Maybe you could go to the pitch deck for me. Yeah. Yeah, this is great. And if you can scroll down to oh no.
If you want, bro, I could give you, and you can do a share screen if you like. So you can.
Yeah, but this is okay. This is okay. This is if you can go to this and then go to problem, it would be.
Okay, I'm seeing it here.
Yeah. So the problem. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say. I wanted to explain. Is that the main problem is that we have a very fragmented market right now, and that is one, unsafe, we believe. Two, it's quite difficult especially for retail investor, and we saw a lot of retail investors coming in with a lot of capital the last year, especially. And the reason for that is that people they need to learn everything themselves, and it's very difficult. We believe to learn everything about every application separately. So we want to create this ecosystem where everything you would normally use on the different applications. So the high cap launches you would need to go to DAO Maker or Polka Starter or Red Kite. Your low cap launches, your permissionless launches will be held on DXL, PinkSale, Unicrypt. When you track your investments, you need to go to Poolcoin or DEX tools. And finally, when you start trading your token or your investment, you will need to go to that particular DEX. So this will be PancakeSwap, Uniswap, or SushiSwap, depending on what blockchain you are on. So what we are doing, we are creating an improved version of those particular applications. So we have the Sandwich launch, Sandwich beta application for the low cap launches. We have the Sandwich Safe View version. It's the tiered IDO platform of tiered IDO application that will be in competition with DAO Maker or Polka Starter. And then we have the Sandwich tools that will be an improved version of DEX tools or Poolcoin. And then we have Sandwich Swap. And Sandwich Swap is kind of like not a competitor to it's not a DEX. It's not a competitor to a DEX because we believe that every blockchain, because we are using over 5 or 6 and we want to add even more blockchains along the way. So if we would create a DEX, we would need to create a DEX on every blockchain, and we believe that that wouldn't be the most efficient way to go about this. So what we chose to do instead is that we are creating for the Sandwich Swap application that it is an aggregator, so you can access through this easy to use interface with the other applications. You can access the most popular DEXs on the particular blockchain you are on. So yeah, that's kind of like where we are right now, and our main idea and our main vision. And maybe if you could go a little bit up, the last thing that I wanted to tell is that for the problem, where we are at the problem, this is okay, thanks. For the problem and the fragmented market, the main reason, if you believe in Sandwich, you believe in convenience, as I mentioned before, and the best example of the power of convenience, of the power of easy to use systems is Amazon. I recently started to use the Amazon streaming services, because I got a discounted offer to just try it one time because there was a nice film or something like that. So I started using Amazon streaming services. Before I knew it, I also got an offer to start using the Amazon web functionality. So I started shopping at Amazon.com. Now I'm sitting at my home and I have an Alexa here. And I also am using the Amazon cloud services. So what I'm trying to say is that by only using needing to use one application, I'm now down to 5 or 6 Amazon apps from the Amazon ecosystem, if I can say it like that. And that's the same way we go about this with Sandwich. We target the users of the particular applications with one, better user experience, cheaper costs. So for the Sandwich launch, the low-cap launches, we are 10 times less expensive than DXL or PinkSale or Unicrypt. And we are doing this mainly because we want to get that first interaction with our users. And we really much believe, just like I am using the other services from Amazon from within their ecosystem, we really much believe that when they start using one of our applications, they will stay in our ecosystem and they will also start using our other application, because we don't have to be our Launchpad, for example. It doesn't have to be 100 times better than DAO Maker or Polka Starter. It only has to be as good as those competitors, because it's so easy to use from within this ecosystem. So you will move across the different applications. You don't have to reconnect your wallet. You don't have to do anything. You can just scroll like you are on the same website. And that is the main selling point. That is the main reason for the existence and the creating of Sandwich.Network. To be able to use every application you would normally use, and the same level the same quality of your user experience, but within the same system and with the same branding. So you don't have to move to any other D apps. So that's kind of like what we are trying to do here. That's what we're trying to solve. And that's I think that's kind of like a quick introduction on what we are doing.
Okay, that's very exciting. So basically, in essence, you are creating a platform that has like a multi-use case. So it incentivizes people to coming back because you can mint tokens there, you can watch charts, you can buy different stuff. You can basically do whatever you want to do, like in the crypto space, like you can do that through your site. So that's like the core idea. Let me know if I've hit the nail on like the brief of the project.
Yes, correct. Yes, I think you hit it right there. That's the main idea, indeed.
Okay, so I think the question about on everyone's mind is like, how many of these like features will be ready at launch?
So we have already launched the first D app, which is Sandwich Beta, and later going to be rebranded to Sandwich Launch, where you can mint tokens, launch pre-sales, lock tokens. Those are tools anyone can use. For partners and VCs, we have some more functionality. Most likely, so we're also going to partner up with other projects in this space to provide a private and seed fundraising tool. So most likely people who participate in seed and private rounds will also get to know the Sandwich ecosystem through those projects. But at launch, mainly Sandwich Beta will be live, where you can mint a token, launch a pre-sale, and lock tokens. And after that, we're going to quite soon launch Sandwich Save You, since we are already quite far in the process of development. So we are most likely going to launch that in somewhere in February, and then tools and Sandwich Swap will take some more time due to complexity, but we are looking to have launched the entire ecosystem, everything complete before the summer.
Okay, so that's exciting. So that's before the summer, and because there have been like other projects that mean to undertake like a takeover, like they want their project to be like better, and then it ends up like not that good, so people try it out, and they go back. Like I've been like take PoolCoin for instance. There have been a lot of projects that brands themselves as better than PoolCoin, and I always like test them out, to give them a chance. But then I go back, to PoolCoin. So I think you have a window of opportunity to like. It needs to be like really great from like the get-go, so people will actually see, wow, this is like really really good. One example is actually working candle charts at the get-go, because if you have the line chart, then I personally lose interest immediately. So I'd recommend like having all like the features available when you actually launch it, and don't launch like a half working thingy, because there has been some other projects that have faltered from that. So, but you probably have a plan for that.
Yeah, definitely. We're not going to launch a half product for tools or anything, of course, but yeah, also like Rico said, like Arfi said, we are going to we're not essentially going to be 100 times better than other projects, or than PoolCoin, for example, but it's mainly just launching a product that's on the same quality as the competitor, but just keep it inside the ecosystem. So if you, for example, you participate in a low cap launch, a low cap pre-sale, it goes live, you can immediately go to Sandwich tools, so you can track the token, how is it going, and if you think about, okay, I want to get out of this token, I want to sell, you can also just click through to Sandwich Swap, and then also swap your tokens immediately back for BNB on PancakeSwap, for example. So yeah, we're also not really promising to be a lot better than other products. It's just our goal is to be more convenient and offer the same quality and functionality as competitors.
I think it's
guys, what will be the first step of your roadmap?
I wanted to first do add something to what CA was saying, and then we can go to the roadmap section. What we are trying to say is that, for your example, when you were using some other tool, you were essentially checking, okay, is this the same quality as PoolCoin? And you came to the conclusion that it wasn't, because you went back to PoolCoin. Is that correct?
Yeah, that has been the experience for me personally. Like I give another project a chance. So,
yeah, but that's essentially also what everyone is doing, because if you are using a new product and it's inferior to the one you are using, you're not going to use it. So
Exactly.
that's completely correct. So what we are doing and what we are saying, we are creating from the today's the apps, today's applications, we will create the same level of quality. So we have the same every functionality PooCoin has, we also have, because a lot of those things are also open source. So we know how it works, and we can add it in our own style, in our own manners. So we will not have and Sandwich tools without candle view functionality, or without wallet tracking, or without Def transaction checker, or something like that. So we will have every functionality in there. Maybe you prefer the not really the UI, but maybe the UX of a PooCoin because you are used to it. That's something that is always kind of like a preference, and that's fine. But in that case, we believe that people that understand that it's the same level of quality and every tool you would normally use is on there. We believe that you will stick to Sandwich tools because it's also easy to navigate to these other applications in the ecosystem. So that's kind of like where we think the applications will help each other out. The ecosystem as a whole would be better than one application, one standalone application. I think we really believe in the convenient part and the network effect of those particular D apps working together in that ecosystem. So we are not creating an application that is very basic, and we hope that people will start using it. No, we have the same level of quality of those particular applications we are in competition with, but with the network effect, we believe that people will keep on using us and not go back to their previous application like PooCoin.
Okay, that's very exciting. Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question.
All right. So while you were talking, I wasn't sure if it was you or the other guy, because you guys have almost the same, identical username. But you made mention of the, of the low projects, like the projects with low market cap that would like to launch on your platform. I would just like to know in details what would be the required thing for them to do for them to have the chance to launch on your launch pad. For PinkSafe, for example, I think they get 2% of the total token, which people were complaining about last December, as I can remember. So with you guys, what would be the requirement for low projects, for low cap projects, to partner with you?
So you mean what low cap projects need to do in order to launch on Sandwich?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so Sandwich Beta is where you can mint, launch, and lock, and that's completely permissionless. So anyone can create a token, create a pre-sale, and lock tokens. So that's completely permissionless, and you don't have to hold Sandwich tokens in essence to do it, or other things. But holding Sandwich tokens will grant you benefits on doing those things. So in later stages, you will also get a lot of discounts on these platforms. But it is permissionless.
I think he was also correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you were also asking about the fees, the fee structure. So what are we charging for? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are doing the same. So we have 2%. Maybe we can go to the pitch deck real quick. Sorry if it's a bit of a hassle, but
okay, I could find where's the pre-sale on the website?
Yeah, but I think in the pitch deck we have every fee listed.
So I can open it. You want me to open the pitch
Yeah.
deck?
Yeah, if you could. I'm also on my phone right now, so otherwise I could do it. But
Yeah, let me open the pitch deck.
Yeah, I think what African guy is like asking about this is, Pink Sail has gotten like they started off with a very good reputation, and they basically
maybe a bit
took
down.
all of the customers of DXL, but then they started like dumping tokens because they collected the 2%. So maybe African guy is asking like what measures are you guys taking, to not like step into that same
Oh, like for dumping tokens when you collect them from
so
the fees. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Could we go down for the revenue streams? That is this one, business model. There it is. Business model. Oh, 7. We have business. If you can go up, we have business model. Yeah, this one. So we have here the business model, and when you go to the performance fee and the flat fees, these are the fees that we are charging. And if you are checking for the flat fees are 0.1 BNB. Or whatever chain you are on, the equivalent of 0.1 BNB. And what's happening here is that for the creation of a for a token sale contract on PinkSale or DXL, last time we checked, it was just 1 BNB. So that's why we are charging 10 times less. To get the first users into our ecosystem. Like I was saying, I got a discounted offer from Amazon. They get a discounted offer from Sandwich to get used to Sandwich as an ecosystem and to lure them in, essentially. To your second question is for what is the percentage of tokens? Now, we earn 2% of the raised BNB, that is our performance fee, and 2% of the deposited tokens, so that those numbers are the same. We haven't thought about decreasing these fees because we believe that with the lowering of the flat fees, we can increase the number of tokens created. And when we get the 2% of the raised BNB and the 2% of the deposited tokens, we can make up for our loss. Kind of loss on the flat fee. So that's kind of like where we are.
Rico?
Yeah,
because
of course.
I think the real question from this guy was DX of PinkSale raises those 2% deposited tokens, and they started dumping on these projects that launched. So just hard dumping on these projects, and what we're going to do with that. And what we're essentially looking at right now is we are also looking at, together with our market maker, on how we could efficiently do get the possibility to sell tokens, but not crash the market. So we are looking at possibilities to do that in a certain way, but we have not. We're still working out details with our market maker for Sandwich.Network itself, and next to that we're looking at the possibilities to work out a solution on this as well. But we do have to say that if the solution is not yet in place when we launch, or it is already live, but when we get the first projects on Sandwich Beta, is that we're of course not going to hard dump on these projects before we find a solution like that.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you want to like create an automatic money maker, or what it's called, automatic, so market maker. So in essence, that you are like, the thought process is that you're going to use a feature where you sell tokens like gradually and don't hard dump, so it becomes like a project killer. Basically, what Pink Sale
Yes,
is
exactly.
doing. Yeah. Okay.
So,
So
guys, I can ask a quick question between. How did you guys came up with the name Sandwich?
Yeah, it was all we saw. We saw, of course, Pancake Swap. We saw Sushi Swap, Bakery Swap. A lot of these food-related projects, and then we just came up with Sandwich.Network. Had some art created, some 3D art created afterwards, and we just thought it was really cool. So we got on with the idea, and we thought just add some fun branding and name to a serious project / ecosystem would be great for marketing.
So
Okay.
is this your first project that you've made?
Yes, indeed, this is our first project we did, but we have been investing in crypto for a long time, for about 3 years now. So we have been in space for a while, and then when we saw all these problems with the current D apps and also with the whole fragmented market, we were already in touch with our developer. Through Reddit, we came in contact with him. From there, we just gradually created a team, established a team of developers, marketing team, just grew the team and built the idea, and we have been working on it since June, I think. Yeah.
So how do you guys deal with the pressure of dealing with your first project?
I think it all comes down to preparation, also seeing how others do, getting good backers who help us with everything. We got a large list of venture capital parties and other backers who help us with these things, and we have just got marketing planned for 2 weeks ahead always. So yeah, we don't have that pressure. We don't have a lot of that pressure at this point because we just prepared everything very good.
Do you have a background in IT or something, or what is your schooling?
I have been in e-commerce for the past few years, and maybe RV can also tell something about his
Yes.
background.
And maybe let's keep it a little shorter because people are falling out, I see. So
Yeah, please, I'll have a quick one. The other gentleman made mention of Alexa, in a way to describe of a similar purpose of your project, and he said something that you don't have to reconnect your wallet every single time. Maybe you're trying to access your portfolio or something of sort. So I'd just like to know quickly about the safety. We heard about people experiencing them, losing their tokens, their stocks, or white connected to some site. So I'd just like to know shortly about the security measure you guys have put in place. Is it really well, safeguarded? I'm talking about the individual wallet, when connected to yours. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. So we work with the main big wallets, so MetaMask, Trust Wallet, but also with Wallet Connect with some others. And we built the entire platform ourselves, so we guarantee that the safety is in place. So when if you bookmark Sandwich.Network, you will always know you will be safe from scammers on the platform.
So are you guys also gonna be doing a doxing session?
So most likely we will be doing this later, but at this point, since we have the Sandwich beta application just live, we think we will get a lot of, well, most likely we can get some projects that launch on Sandwich.Network for the lower cap launches, where we have no control of course. And that's why we didn't want to dox to the public at this point, just only to partners. But we will probably do that in the future when we go the more serious way with the higher tier projects.
Okay, so that sounds good. And by the way, your projects also it's very clear, it's very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's one question that has been coming up on my DMs, and that is like there's a lot of like utility that you guys have planned. What are the incentive to hold the token at launch? What are the benefits of holding the token? And the second part is, I assume that this token is actually going to be farmable. What are the like Cake is for pancake swap, and Sandwich is going to be like for you guys. What are the deflationary mechanisms that will keep the price up if there's like a minting of Sandwich?
Yeah. So yes. The thing is that we are looking at various solutions for staking/farming. So we have our own staking solution. We haven't launched yet, but we're also looking at farming with PancakeSwap and other dexes. So that will be the first utility. But next to that, we're also working on a deal flow mechanism with venture capital parties and other partners of ours to get some top tier projects on Sandwich.Network itself, but also on Sandwich SafeView, so the tiered system launchpad. And holding tokens there will just grant you access to those public sales and private sales of those top tier projects. So you will have utility quite fast on that second application as well.
Okay, so in order to like participate in the private or pre-sales, you would have to hold like a number of Sandwich tokens to get a piece of the allocation, like in the race, correct?
Yes, so that's on a second D app, Sandwich SafeView, which will be a tiered system launchpad. You will need to hold those tokens, but on the lower cap launches, you don't need to hold the Sandwich tokens to participate, since it's permissionless.
Okay.
So about your own pre-sale, is it gonna be coming up on your own platform itself?
Yes, we will be doing 3 or 4 IDOs. Final one on Sandwich.Network itself.
All right, can you talk to us about its tokenomics?
Tokenomics, yeah, sure. What do you want to know about the tokenomics? Since
soft cap, hard cap.
Also,
and the total token that's gonna be released at launch,
How many tokens will be released at launch?
Yeah, total.
So at launch we will have an initial market cap of 80K, since everything will be locked except for 20% of the public sale. So yes, 80K will be the initial circulating supply in dollars, and in token amounts, I need to calculate that.
So also a question for both developers. How will the Sandwich.Network benefit the Lhqbt community? Because it's because the times of being.
Yeah, it's a very good question.
Yes, we haven't thought about that yet.
Sorry.
So, if I can maybe interrupt, there's no LGBTQ plan yet? or is there?
Not at this point. We aim to be as decentralized as possible. So no, not in particular.
And will you guys maybe convert that into the roadmap?
I don't think it's a very important part for the roadmap for us at this point.
Or I
Okay.
would like to know about the size of the private sale. Do you guys have any
What?
private sale?
Sorry, what's your question about the private sale?
Yeah, is it gonna be vested for a particular time, or they get a complete allocation upon launch?
No, private sale is vested for 10 months, and you will get the private sale investors will get 15% of the tokens 1 week after TG, so 1 week after PancakeSwap listing, and from there on. For the remaining 85%, you will have investors will have 10 months linear vesting. So when you participate in a private sale, you get a personal page, or when you get in the whitelisted private sale, you can then claim your tokens, and you can claim more every second. So that's a linear vesting system.
I got a question that has been coming up because like there are a lot of launches right now that has vesting, but like the project owners have to airdrop like manually. So I'm just curious if you guys, if you will have a feature where you can launch a token and set up a vesting schedule for the pre-sale, so that people can't like dump the chart immediately as it launches on 2x.
Yeah, so we do have a feature for that. That is also what I was talking about earlier. We do have that available in a couple of weeks for partners. So all venture capital partners that are partners from us can use the tool for project they incubate or invest in. So it will first be an exclusive functionality, but most likely in the future, all projects will be able to use it. But we want to keep it exclusive first.
Okay.
Are there
Yeah,
also
that's
gonna
probably
be
smart because we
oh,
can test
sorry.
it out. Yeah.
I have a question. Please, with the current situation of the whole crypto world right now, the blood market, the new investors are so skeptical in investing into projects now. So I just love, in relation to the current situation of the market, what do you have set aside for the marketing of this particular project?
I'm sorry, my internet just got a bit messy. Can you please repeat the question?
Yes, of course. So I said, with the current situation of the world crypto markets, there has been, bloodbath. The whole market has been red for like a week now, so the new investors, they are so skeptical in investing into a new project. So with the world situation right now, I would like to know the type of marketing you guys have planned, to promote your project, type of marketing in relation to the situation of the market.
Yeah, sure. Yes, we do have a lot of marketing planned on all different types of platforms. But what we're also really looking at this point is partnering up with other projects who already have a client base, so who have people that use their product or are in their ecosystem, and partner up with them to also get those people involved in our ecosystem. And that was we're really looking at this point, since the market is a real mess, of course, and we just want to get some higher quality users, if I can say it like that, inside the ecosystem, instead of the paper hands, to say it like that.
So with all the with all the things going on right now in the world with the BLM and stuff, is there gonna be a pre-sale for the black crypto community?
Why are you keeping asking these questions?
Oh my god.
Well, it's important to support the political views also in the cryptocurrency.
Yeah, of course, we completely agree, but we're not talking politics right now. We're talking about what is the tokenomics, what is our go-to-marketing strategy, what is Sandwich.Network ecosystem, and why we think we are going to do it like this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But is it like still possible to launch a project without pre-sale for the BLM community?
Right, I'm going to mute some people here because I think the AMA is taking a direction that we really don't need to. So I'm going to take a little bit more control. But yeah, one question that came up to me in my DM was, hang on. So yeah, for projects that are launching with Sandwich, like there's an ability to like lock tokens, and that is nice, of course, but like the time locks, like they can be set for like 1 week or 1 year, or is it like a standardized time frame for that, or can you lock like tokens for 5 years?
Yeah, you can lock tokens for as long as you want. You can also lock them for 100 years if you want to. Yes, it's all permissionless, and you can pick whatever you want.
Okay, that's nice. So I think we hit like the brief for like the first few utilities, but there are some other utilities that I think we have like not like touched very much on. Yeah, like the premium functions of Sandwich tools, such as wallet tracking. Are there any other like features for like the premium functions, or is that typically wallet tracking?
Yeah, so the thing really is that we're constantly looking at expanding Sandwich.Network as well as improving it. So with each update, we also want to add token utility. So we really think it's very hard at this point to really point out in 2 or 3 months you will get this premium functionality, because in the development process you will also get ideas on this, add new utility. So we think along the way we will get more and more token utility for the token holders and to keep them engaged. So yes, I think that will come along the way, and we'll get a lot of token utility with every update.
Okay, that's exciting. So it's a very low like starting market cap, 80K. So that actually protects like the investors who go in early. However, the flip side to that is that it opens the possibility, for sniper bots to like really go at it and wreck the normal investors. So I'm just that was also a question that came up to me in a private whale chat. Like, what are or do you guys have like good anti-bot measures for this event? Because it's for sure going to be attempted to be botted.
Yes. So the 80K market cap is without our liquidity pool. So our liquidity pool will be at around 400K. So it's not that easy for bots to just flip around at 10x if you will go from the 80k to 800k. But we are still looking at some to keep some bots away from the launch with both our development team as well as our market maker. But yeah, we will find a solid solution for this, and our development team also had some ideas on this. But we will try to do everything to keep them away from getting those quick profits.
Maybe if I could add something to this, what's happening when we are launching with an 80k market cap? Our liquidity pool is actually locked, and it's a liquidity pool of 350k. So the price impact of different buys from whoever is not that big if you are looking at the market cap, because the market cap is only at the initial circulating supply, excluding the liquidity pool, because it's also locked, because every locked token is excluded from the circulating supply, and just 80k because we are releasing 20%, or there is 20% released up on TGE from the public sale from the IDO. That's what I wanted to add to that.
So do you guys feel anything for a charity wallet?
This is not a charity token, so I think that's a question that yeah. Is it like a charity token? No, it isn't, isn't it? I don't think I've seen that.
No, we're not really looking to add charity to the project just to attract investors. We are really looking to attract quality investors who we can keep engaged with the platform and with all the new tools and functionality we can bring out. But yeah, that's our main idea at this point.
Yeah, I think that's the correct decision.
Would the pre-sale be vested?
Where was that?
No, I asked, would the pre-sale be vested?
The pre-sale. With the pre-sale, you mean the final public sale on Sandwich.Network?
Yeah.
That will be vested with a release of 20% at TG, so 20% at PancakeSwap launch, and then a 3 months linear vesting also on Sandwich.Network.
So this is actually a safety for people going in at launch, because every seed private every like round of investment is vested, so nobody can really like dump on you. So that's a good incentive to buy, because that's always a concern with launches these days. Like, okay, I want to buy, but I don't want to get dumped on. So yeah, that's smart, I think.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's also why we did it indeed. We don't want big dumps on at launch to ruin our project in the long run, because it is a long-term project, of course, and that's why we want to be as protected as possible.
Makes sense. All right. Are there any other questions? I think I've depleted my question bank from the communities. I've been asked to ask these questions. Are there any other questions?
Yeah. Is there any listing for other crypto exchange platforms?
So if we're going to list on centralized exchanges, is that the question?
Yeah, I think so.
Binance or crypto?
Yes, we are currently finalizing with one centralized exchange, and we will most likely announce that tomorrow or the day after. But that will be on the same day as the PancakeSwap listing.
Okay. And
Okay.
it will also be on the roadmap?
It will not be on the roadmap in the pitch deck, but we will set the update, post the update on Twitter, Telegram, and everything. So it will be visible as well as on the centralized exchanges social media.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
So, how do you guys would make a statement? In short, how we can trust you guys?
In short, on how you can trust us, I think that's very easy to answer. We have already launched the first D app, which is one of the hardest ones to build due to the automatic pool creation functionality. So we have already worked on that for months now, since June, July. Also, we're backed with by one of the by a couple of the largest or most known venture capital parties in the space. So yeah, I think we do have it covered there.
Yeah, I like to add to that you know, there's always the concern that like someone is like going to take the liquidity and stuff, but you know, venture capitalists are you know, they do their due diligence for you basically, because they don't want to go in with 100K and lose that for their investors. So they are always making sure that they back solid projects. And you
So,
guys have already.
and yeah, and also, yes, and I wanted to add to that. That is that yes, the venture capitalists, they are investing big amounts of money, but there are also some investors or venture capital parties they want to invest and also do a quick times 5, 10%. But if you read our vesting schedule and you can read the contracts that are created for those particular sales, all is being available before TG and before the IDO, so you can check that also yourself. The reason you don't have to. The best thing about blockchain and the best thing about a good amount of knowledge on blockchain is that you don't have to trust us. You don't have to trust us as people or as a team, because if you trust the contract and you can look it up, everything is out in the open. You can just check on, okay, is this smart contract really what it said it is, like we are saying, and you can check everything yourself. We are also being audited by Certic, by the way, so that's also maybe some validation for you. But what I'm trying to say is that it's very there is no way we could do anything to harm the project or harm the 25 plus VCs or harm anyone because of our vesting schedule and because of the contracts, because we don't have any tokens ourselves we could sell or we can dump, because our team tokens are actually the longest vested tokens of all. So yeah, most of the things are just in the contract, in the code, and you can check everything yourself. But there isn't even an opportunity or a window for anyone in this on the cap table. So not for the team, not the advisors, not the VCs. No one, even if they wanted to, they aren't able to because of our vesting schedule. It's a very tight, very easy, very effective schedule to eliminate dumping, essentially, or actually not dumping as a whole, but more coordinated dumps. So it's not like every VC they get their tokens every last Friday of the week or every last Friday of the month. Because what would happen then is that everyone would get their tokens and they want to get the best price for their tokens. So they will start selling immediately. But we are doing this vesting schedule, like I'm saying, with the millisecond unvesting. And what happens is that you are spreading it out across the day. So you won't have a particular moment in time that you will see some kind of coordinated dump because of tokens that are being released. So I think that are all those things that speak for themselves.
All right. So I think there was one more question, and then I think we can round it up. We have been live for 1 hour. So I think most questions have been answered. So we'll do one more question and we'll conclude.
So maybe if I can ask, when is the first token burn party?
A token burn party. We have not planned a token burn party since we will most likely need all of the tokens from the ecosystem allocation on the platform for example, for farming, staking, and possibly for other things. So we would like to keep all the tokens available still to use them inside the ecosystem. But if needed later, possibly we could burn tokens, but we're not looking at burning tokens at this point.
Okay. So yeah, I think we can conclude now. And so one thing is that there are probably some people here that want to be whitelisted for Sandwich. So for people who are interested in getting a whitelist spot, you can DM me, and I'll speak with the Sandwich executives, and then we can decide who gets a whitelist spot. Sounds fair?
Yes, good.
Thank you, guys. I only wanted to say that I didn't find it very nice that you guys muted me every time. But thank you, guys.
Okay, well, I muted you. That was my decision because it took a direction that I didn't want the AMA to go. So that was completely on me. And
also my friend Walter.
Yeah, it was the same. It was the same there. I have to keep a balance for people asking and taking control, and asking a few questions is okay, but it's an AMA that I am in control of. So when I feel that the questions are like borderline going in a direction that we don't really need it to, then I'm going to mute. So that's just the way it is.
But thank you very much, Sandwich.Networks.
Okay, yeah. So thank you for having us. Yeah, and we'll talk about the whitelist spots, and you'll talk about to the community. But thank you all for having us, and thank you for joining this AMA.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much for
Thank you.
for your time, and yeah, we'll get the YouTube video up on our YouTube channel, and some more people will watch it there. And yeah, I'm really excited to be invested with you guys, and I can't wait for launch.
Okay, thank
Sounds
you very
great.
much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.